hare. It's called Lepus europaeus. It feeds after sunset from the bounties of nature in its habitats in Europe. It relies on its feet to move and jump high if it feels happy or afraid. It looks erratic with its brown eye, but in those moments, it tries to focus well on what its ears are urging it to feel as they are extended and long. That is considered the most distinctive feature of the brown rabbit, known as the European rabbit. What is its life cycle and how does it adapt to its habitats? We wander through the grasslands where the prairie is to see it closely, the brown hare's mating. The wild rabbits reproduce throughout the year, relying on green plants, as it is an important factor in stimulating reproduction because it contains proteins and rich materials. The rabbit matures to be ready for mating after it has reached the age of 8 months, with all the favorable conditions for that, where the beautiful spring and the temperate climate, as well as the dewy herbs and trees hanging down their branches, to start a season in which the males of brown rabbits live, where the females stand watching and smiling at the same time, which is called the boxing season. While each of the mature males fights to get one of them to win his female, this happens during the female's estrus cycle, which makes her able to mate with males. Especially this period extends over 6 weeks for a period ranging from 1 to 3 hours. This stage is called the Mars Madness because it is proactive of the mating season. So the males jump so high that the females have to choose the most endurable male when the male chases his female tirelessly. Then she marries him. Young brown hares. The female rabbit carries her young throughout a gestation period ranging from 41 to 42 days. She gives birth to a number of rabbits that is relatively small if compared to other species female, ranging from 1 to 4 rabbits. This happens during March and September. With her birth approaching, the mother goes to build a small nest to receive her young, heading towards the grasslands, where there are trees and vegetation cover, as these habitats are called burrows. Specifically, their width ranges from 5 inches to 4 inches. The female brown rabbit also chooses hollow depressions to escape from prey and protect herself during pregnancy. The newborn young features. The mother stays waiting for her young birth, which is called at that stage leverets. A newborn baby brown hare weighs 130 grams. The little one seems completely incapable of taking care of itself, but it is able to see with its eyes, covered in brown fur, and suffers from temperature. Its teeth are also protruding with 3 incisors that appeared in them as soon as it was born. Despite this, the mother leaves it and goes out and does not return until after sunset to practice her motherhood and breastfeed the little one for a period of 5 minutes. The vital processes in the young brown hare body do not stop, as it is noticed that the little one urinates during breastfeeding, so that it stays with the mother daily during a limited period ranging from 6 hours to a maximum of 12 hours. The female brown rabbit leaves her newborn again during the day, which gives it the ability to adapt to its environment trying to leave the nest. And by 2 weeks of its life, the little brown hare becomes able to eat its diet, besides its feeding period. Over time, a pair of external incisors disappears, and 2 pairs of incisors remain after they were 3 pairs, which help to eat its diet of herbs and trees, the brown hare diet. The young can eat grass in the wild, as well as grain crops. The brown rabbit is weaned at the inception of its 4th week, so that it can leave its den at night to feed on weeds and plants in addition to herbs and crops. The brown rabbit's diet varies by the winter and autumn season, so it eats winter wheat, and brown rabbits also enjoy branches and trees full of fruit. Wild rabbits in general, and brown rabbits in particular, can climb trees, but if they are close to the ground, or if they are short as well as eating buds in their wild and grassy environment. The brown hare habitats. The brown hare's main habitat is found throughout the United Kingdom, as well as its habitats in southern Europe and Siberia, as well as the Middle East and Western Asia. It is also found in a number of European countries where there are many herbs and trees, and also its habitats of forests and agricultural lands. The brown hare digestion. Brown hares have tremendous abilities in the digestion process, whereby young rabbits can digest their food at night and then get rid of it during the day in the form of soft wastes to be eaten again and redigested again. The reason for this is due to the ability of that process to extract the nutritional values that their bodies need. The brown rabbit wastes vary in size and shape at night and appear thicker and more solid after its body has absorbed all its beneficial substances. How does a hare's digestive system work? Brown hares have a digestive system known as the hindgut fermenters. Its digestive system is characterized by an organ known as the cecum, located at the end of the digestive system, that causes it to absorb materials and get rid of the fibers found in herbs. The weight of the digestive system of the total body weight of the rabbit is estimated at 10% to 20%, while the brown hare's digestion period ranges from 5 hours to 20 hours. The baby hare maturation stage. The newborn female rabbits mature when they are at the inception of their 7th month, and they may not mature before 8 months, while the males take a shorter period to mature, so they reach puberty after only 6 months. Then the features of the young become fully grown and mature. The features of a mature hare. It's covered in gold, with a pale belly full of white fur. Its tail emerges with a small bat at its end, appears covered in black. Then, the little brown hare has the features of puberty in terms of length, size, and body characteristics. The brown hare weighs between 2 to 5 kilograms, and its length is between 50 and 70 centimeters. The brown hare ears. The ears of the little brown hare stand out, known for their prominence, as they are distinguished by a distinctive shape, which helps it escape as soon as it discovers the predatory animals if they are found around. A number of fierce animals attack the brown hare, such as foxes and owls, as well as wolves and wild dogs. The importance of his long ears, for which it is famous, is multiple, allows determining in which direction the animal's sounds come, as well as its role in cooling its body temperature. This happens after the internal blood vessels in his ears swell. Not only are rabbit ears distinctive, but the European rabbit has also strong front teeth, brown hare teeth. It is known as gnawing teeth. Its importance is to grind the brown rabbit for its diet, as the bark of the trees it chews. It has 28 aligned teeth, attached to each other, frequently found in the upper jaw, and 2 pairs of incisors protruding from the upper rows are covered with a hard outer surface of the teeth known as enamel. The front pair of incisors differs from the others in terms of their sharpness and choppy edge as they cut through the vegetation at an angle of 45 degrees if the brown rabbit cuts in the bark or trees or grass. However, its back teeth do not have the same strength, as they are called the peg teeth. The European hare eyes. The European hare is also distinguished by its brown eyes, which tend to be amber in color. The European hare sleep. It may not be noticed if it is sleeping or awake in its grassy environment, because it sleeps with its eyes open in the wild and does not take a specific place to sleep. And its sleep way is not what only distinguishes it. The brown hare speed. The brown hare is known for its speed of 45 miles per hour when attacked by predatory animals, as it's vulnerable to predation as a result of lying in the wild without specific habitats to protect it from attacks or vegetation cover where it can shelter. Unlike all rabbits, the brown hare does not live in burrows. Here comes the role of their unique physical characteristics, as their legs help them to escape quickly because of their ingredients. The brown hare's legs. They seem limp immediately upon escaping, as they rely on their hind legs, which makes their movement unstable. Rabbits are distinguished by their large and long hind legs that allow them to make high jumps as well as their advantages, as it has power. 5 toes emerge from the front legs, as well as the hind legs, which are covered with fur from all directions. The social behavior of brown hares. Brown hares have unique traits in their behavior that are different from other wild animals. Especially, they can live completely alone, far from their mother. They play at night on their lawn where the shrubbery is. Therefore, they do not live the life of a family and rarely gather. They are observed in the wild in groups in the breastfeeding stage as well as the mad stage, where the males jump high, from which the so-called March rabbit madness is derived, and they enter into big chases called boxing during the mating season. There are also frequent chases between female brown rabbits and their males, or between males and each other. The brown hare's lifespan. Brown hares don't live long, as their lifespan ranges from 3 to 4 years. Protecting the brown hare from extinction. It is considered a non-endangered wild animal after being included in the category of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Despite this, its presence in the United Kingdom is declining, which made the international community prohibit hunting brown rabbits in a season called the closed hunting season, according to the wildlife and rural law, as it is prohibited to hunt them between February 1st and September 30th. As a result, that their proportion in the world has fallen to an estimated 579,000. So does the brown rabbit enjoy its isolation? It lives alone among wild weeds, eating grass and grain buds, jumping high, divinely in the madness season, and settling in any habitat it likes. It looks happy and adapted to its environment, covered with its brown fur.